Oh, hello folks, this is Steve AB4L. This is a little bit of a rant about some latest news. Nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. You know who this guy is. I bet there's nobody in the United States or the world that doesn't know who he is and what he did. Can you see the back end of his tractor trailer where he's making an illegal U-turn and an SUV with 3 people dove under it and they died? Now, why would I be ranting? If you watch the whole video of the cab, you notice the expression on his face? He had no expression of surprise, no nothing. Is that the way you would react? Oh, and that thing on his head, he's a Sikh, S-I-K-H. It's a religion. A petition urging Florida officials to show leniency toward Harjinder Singh in India. The family name Singh is like Jones and Smith in England. You understand what I'm saying? An illegal immigrant truck driver came in from Mexico over the Rio Grande. The cartel helped him, maybe. Accused of causing a crash that killed 3 people, has garnered 2.5 million signatures. This guy is charged with vehicular homicide and 3 counts of manslaughter. Yeah, he didn't stay in Florida where he did that. He went back to California. So the lieutenant governor of Florida went to California and put handcuffs on him and himself and escorted him back to Florida where he should have remained. And he has no bail because he's a proven flight risk. Would you really think that you had the right to leave the state until the legal matter had been resolved? Think about it. He's an illegal. According to some reports, he barely understands English. He barely can read English. Oh, you don't need to know that to drive around here. Who needs to look at road signs? Who needs to know the law? How did he get his CDL? Did they give it to him in Punjabi? You know, that's not a snide remark. My Medicare insurance provider, every time they mail me something, has an extra sheet of paper in there saying that if you're from Vietnam or from India or from China or from Japan or from they will provide everything in your own language if you ask them. So what I said a moment ago is not a snide remark, at least when it comes to Medicare insurance. Change.org. Free petition, plea for fair sentencing. 2,894,714 people have signed this petition online. Tushwar Rawat, Mukesh Suha, Kahti Khanna, Ravi Jat, Ishu Chandel, Arjun Kumar. None of those are typical American names. That's because all of the people signing it are in India and other places where Indians have immigrated to in large numbers, like London. They say recent signers, and so it's 5 seconds ago, 5 seconds ago, 4 seconds ago, 6 seconds ago, and then it stops. Maybe nobody else is signing right at the moment. 2.9 million. What do they know about it? Oh, he's a Punjabi. That's all they need to know. His name is Harjinder Singh, the Punjabi truck driver, involved in a fatal Florida crash, grew up in the village of Ratul in Punjab, India. Punjab state is in northwestern India. It borders on Pakistan, and as a matter of fact, just on the other side of the border in Pakistan is also Punjab, because in the late 40s when the Raj went home to England and they partitioned India from Pakistan, West Pakistan and East Pakistan, the line went through the Punjab region. Some of it's in Pakistan and some of it's in India. Ratul is a village in Taran district of Punjab, India, known for its historical significance, including a major 1991 encounter between Khalistan militants, whoever they are, but they had guns, and security forces. Must have been a shootout. And for the family of Indian origin truck driver facing a long jail term potentially for homicide and manslaughter. The way he made the U-turn was, it's evident from the video and the pictures. In a 3-lane highway, he pulled far to the right and then immediately turned left on a divided highway without any regard to oncoming traffic. When I lived in Philadelphia, I had a neighbor across the street who was a tractor truck driver. He used to, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, drive a tractor trailer loaded with newspaper print rolls, which are hugely heavy, full of his trailer, from Philadelphia to New York City to deliver them to newspaper printing houses and then drive back to Philadelphia. That's all he transported. And he explained to me why on the back of every tractor trailer is the gate that goes down low, like this. It's so that cars can't go under the truck from behind. But he had an accident where somebody in an MG sports car started to pass him and did something and went under the middle of his tractor trailer. And they died, like those people in Florida. Only this guy did it intentionally. He made the turn and blocked the highway to make a U-turn. And the important thing is, and why I'm making the video, when I watched this video from inside of the truck, what I noticed is he showed no signs of alarm, reaction, or anything. It's like, so what? Go look at it for yourself. So the Punjabis stand together. Let's go look at his village, where he grew up. It's in northwestern India. What do you see there? How many major highways do you see? This much, the width of this picture right that you're seeing here, north, south, east, west, is approximately a 5-mile square area. How many main roads do you see? What's all around his village, town? It's perfectly flat. It's just like eastern North Carolina. Those are all farm agricultural plots. Let's see what the road looks like. There's a street view. There's one of the main roads going into his village where he grew up. How wide do you think that is? How many tractor trailers do you think could pass each other on this main road into his village? Do you see the vehicle? The roof is right there. Whoever did that had a reason why they couldn't go any further. It's right there. He couldn't get past the parked motorcycle. It's that narrow. So that means that the person doing this, and this is August 2022, had to get into the town a different way. It's the same vehicle. It's a little wider. Notice the doors. It looks like it's midday. He can't go any further. My guess is because he thinks he can't get past this. You like the brickwork? It's pretty narrow. How long ago do you think the streets were laid out in this village? Do you see any trucks? Do you see any cars? Here's some bicycles. I think there's somebody right there. The person moved out of the way. It's a woman. So this guy, driving a tractor trailer who barely speaks English, barely reads any English words, grew up in this kind of village, and he's so used to cars, trucks, and heavy traffic. Think about your own growing up. Now this will sound like a change of subject, but I'll tell you in a minute why I put the question the way I did. In India, if your car hits someone, be sure they are dead or you will pay. That's what I put in the search. In India, if your car hits someone, Be sure they are dead or you will pay. So the AI overview, which is a robot, says the premise that you should ensure someone is dead after a car accident in India to avoid lifelong payments is false and based on dangerous misinformation. Hitting and killing a person intentionally is murder and carries extremely harsh penalties. But that's the United States. Fleeing the scene of an accident, even an unintentional one, also leads to severe criminal charges and punishment. The Indian legal system addresses compensation for road accident victims through civil and criminal law, but there's no legal basis or incentive for a driver to deliberately cause a fatality. Causing death by negligence. Under the new law, which replaced the Indian Penal Code, a driver who causes death by a rash or negligent act can be imprisoned for up to 5 years along with a fine. That law was only passed in 2023. When were our laws passed? Over 100 years ago? Yes. By the time my father was driving a car? Yes. But not in India. Hit and run. A driver who flees the scene of a fatal accident without reporting it to the police or a magistrate. The magistrate would be in a small village like that Indian came from. The Sikh guy. The Sikh is a religion. A magistrate can face, or our magistrate, can face up to 10 years in prison and a fine. But that's not what the penalty was before. What's evident is there was no penalty before. Voluntary reporting. The law provides for a lesser punishment of up to 5 years in prison for drivers who cause a fatal accident but voluntarily reported to the authorities. Now this is the AI abstracting from the law, passed in 2023. Read between the lines, and you know what that guy's mentality was from India. This is Wikipedia. It has the name of that legislation, and the date on it is 2023. And it said it replaced the Penal Code of India. So why would they pass that if they already had it? Because they didn't. My first roommate in college was from India, in a dormitory. My first roommate. And subsequently in my life, afterwards when I was in Philadelphia, I shared an apartment with a succession of Indians. Not one, three different ones. And they were going to a local college, so I got to meet a lot of other Indians. And what do you think one of them told me? That might have to do with a car accident running somebody down. He learned to drive in India. And by the way, all those Indian guys, one of their first priorities was to get a driver's license in the United States, but more important, to try to save up enough money to get and drive a car in Philadelphia. He happened to come from a family that had some money. This is India. This is him telling me, an Indian, close friend. When his father let him drive his car, he warned him, be careful. And this person was driving in town one day down a narrow street, and he ran somebody over. This is what he told me. And then he did what his father had instructed him to do. He looked back and he could see the person was moving. He was on the ground. And he backed the car up over them to be sure that they were dead. No, I'm not making it up. Why did he do it? Because his father said, if you hit somebody and injure them badly, you'll be obligated to pay their support for the rest of your life. But if you kill them, there'll just be a one-time monetary settlement. And then it's over. Now, I showed you what this Punjabi guy, what it looked like in his village. But that's a village out in a big farm area, and there's probably 1,000 people living in that village. Kind of like Franklinville, and not as big as Ramseur. Those are my neighboring towns. So why don't we go to a major city in northern India? This is a major city in northern India, Indore. I'm almost sure they have some street views. Here's a main drag. No, there's no street view there. There's no street view there. Oh, that's interesting. Let's try another part of town. There we go. Looks like a commercial district. Looks like a main drag. Look at all that heavy traffic. There's a little truck. Look at all the motor scooters. Look at all the jitneys. This is a major city in northern India. Look at all the motor scooters and motorcycles. Oh, look at this. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Google Maps keeps popping up asking, how can will you help us improve the maps? My answer is stop being assholes. Stop being assholes. I'm picking them at random. We can't go down that side street. Notice the motor scooters. Oh, there's a car. Doesn't seem like we can go anywhere. Looks like heavy traffic. Looks like if you were driving a car, you would really learn how to dodge and all that stuff. Let's picture another place. Notice that there's a lot of images. Every time I go someplace, and you notice that every one of them, they've got the businesses registered and Google's trying to make money. See? They're trying to make money. Now watch what they do. Okay, there's a bicycle. How wide is the street? Boy, we would really have heavy truck traffic through here, wouldn't we? So when you have Indian drivers come to the United States, this is the traffic they're used to. What they have to worry about is running down these people. These people. Looks like they couldn't go any further. We can't go any further. Let's pick another one. Now, it doesn't bother me that the street view doesn't get very far. Why? I just picked this at random. This looks like Philadelphia. See the wrecked cars there? See all the trash here? See the width of the roads? Now, this building has a beautiful facade on it. Here's a typical truck. Looks like the stuff that's out here on US 64. There's another truck and there's another truck. There's another kind of vehicle. Here's all these motorcycles and motor scooters. What good would it be to have a car in a city like this? This is Indore, Madhya Pradesh. This is a major city in the north. If you speak to any Indian from the north, he's heard of it. Do you think that growing up in a city like this would give you mentally, as you grow up and you go out and you drive in your father's car, do you think it would prepare you really for driving on the streets of Philadelphia? Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia. See the trolley tracks? See the truck? I want to contrast it to what you were seeing in India. There's a truck. This is Germantown Avenue in Germantown section of Philadelphia. This town goes back to before the American Revolution. The Battle of Germantown was fought near this place I'm showing you, about 4 streets over. The British Army marched up from Philadelphia to Germantown to fight the colonials. Let's get to Chelton Avenue. Now we're getting into the historic part of Germantown Avenue. This was a Quaker village. You know, the Friends Society. Do I know this street? I still remember it. We went past. This is the... No, we haven't quite got... That's Upsala Street. No. This map is wrong. This map's not showing Chelton Avenue. Where's Chelton Avenue? Come on, folks. There we go. I knew somebody used to go to that Lutheran church. This is a Lutheran church, as I remember. Oh, excuse me, First Presbyterian. Oh, excuse me. Notice the size of the building. This place isn't anywhere near as old as Indore. Different style. Do you think a tractor trailer could make deliveries on this road okay? Do you think a tractor trailer could make deliveries into those streets you saw in India? He showed no shock, surprise, or remorse during the accident. But Punjabis all over the world are signing the petition. Ravi Jat, Ishu Chandel, Arjun Kumar. I've known people named Kumar. Think about it. 2.9 million Punjabis around the world say, leave him alone. He's just a poor country boy. You're picking on him. He was brought back to Florida, handcuffed to the Lieutenant Governor of Florida. Flight risk. Why would he run away? He didn't do nothing unusual for an Indian. The story I told you about the father's advice, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. And I'm not saying everybody in India would think that way, but I'm not making it up. Steve AB4 Nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. It's just a rant saying see you in 73.